Imagine 500 years old. Whew. And now it's all dry. And look, that's why it was a water dam, because these wooden beams will go all the way up, and they will have a door right there that will come down from that rock. Y'all see right there, Ruba was actually right there by the door, and that Güero was actually inside. He was detecting, and Ruba seen something come out of that rock and just head towards him.
Del valor. ¿Se rayó ahora sí el compa David?
No, pues ya cuajé. ¿Vale cara?
Si valía un ejemplo,
Look,
80
guys.
pesos la pura monedita esa,
That's the coin.
ahorita te estoy diciendo que cerca de los... A lo mejor...
Ruba was just telling us that that coin, look guys, this bridge and the water dam, it dates back to like 500 years ago. And good morning, by the way. This is today's exploration. Let's go get into it and see what we'll find. We got another invitation from Los Compadres, Güero and Ruba, David,
Saludos, amigos.
and Oscar.
What up, guys?
Let's go check this bridge out, guys. Imagine 500 years old. I say bridge to a water dam because I imagine a river used to run through here. But look, it really does look amazing. Imagine 500 years old. Whew. And now it's all dry. And look, that's why it was a water dam, because these wooden beams will go all the way up, and they will have a door right there that will come down and hold the water. Whenever they wanted to release the water from the dam, they will open the door up, and the water will flow right through it. Wow, this is really amazing, guys. Imagine this, 500 years old. The story behind it. Today we're gonna check out a few haciendas that were all back here. The workers used to live on the other side of the river, and over there there's a dam. But look, guys, we're walking on top of this bridge, and it really does look amazing. I can't believe it's that old and it's still holding up. Look, this is where they would put the door up or down. Wow, amazing, guys. Well, let's get into this adventure. Let's go check out the haciendas. Let's see what the compadres tells us, what the small story out here is. And as we go, we'll let y'all know, guys. By the way, thanks to all the subscribers. We're growing little by little, and we're getting to the goal. My first goal is to hit that 500, then hopefully shoot for the 1,000 and just keep on growing, guys. All right, guys, well, let's get into this adventure. Like I was telling you, there's some haciendas back here. They said that that was the church. In a minute we're gonna see if we're able to get in there and show y'all that as well, and show y'all the old ruins of the haciendas that are left. Look at the boys, they're out here detecting. Oscar got one, David got another one. Los compadres, like y'all have heard me before, sometimes they don't use them and they still find things. They've said they found coins, they have found all kinds of things out here with the metal detectors. Why? Because, well, imagine this, 500 years ago, when the, I don't know the correct word or term to say, but when the conquer took place right here in Guadalajara, the revolutionary and all of that, well, these were all homes of people, guys. They would hide their coins in areas so they wouldn't get them taken away. Let's see what they find. Today I'm just gonna show y'all the way, little by little. Hopefully I'll be able to get me a metal detector as well, guys, and be out here detecting as well. But in the meantime, or for now, let's go show y'all these ruins of this town that was here 500 years ago. And look, guys, I've seen these in a few of our explorations where we go, but I don't think I've ever told y'all that these are fences back in the days, dating back to the revolution. That's how they would make their fences, like these rock fences. They didn't make them like nowadays. They are made out of wire, wood, metal. Back then, these were the fences, guys. Let me get up here a little bit more so I can show you what they look properly. But look, this was the fences back then. Look, guys, and we're getting here to the ruins of the church. But look at the bricks, guys. This right off the bat should tell you how old this is. They're made out of clay, out of adobe. Wow. Look at this. And well, this was the church from back then, guys. As y'all know, back in those days, Catholicism was really strong here in Mexico. And when the government stepped in and they tried to suppress the Catholicism, telling the people that they shouldn't believe in Catholicism. Like I've told you, when we went to go visit the Cristero caves, they basically tried to tell them, hey, just because I say so, you're not gonna believe in Catholicism no more. Imagine the story here, guys. How it looked back then, 500 years ago. Truly is amazing. Look, a layer of rock right there. I imagine that was the rooftop. Why? Because you have where the water comes out through right there. The boys were telling us that in this haciendas, the one that's a little bit up ahead, I'll show y'all in a minute, but they've seen weird things there. They scare them, they hear things, and well, just imagine why. Alright, we're going into what I believe, well, I don't know now. I don't know how they would do the church, or maybe they would do mass outside. But look at this, guys. That was the rooftop. There's no rooftop left. Amazing how it's still standing. Well, part of it. This other side, there was another little room. And look. That's what I tell you, back then it was mud. They would use hay, a little bit of rocks, and that's how they would make the bricks. The rooftop was made out of wood, and if I'm not mistaken, look, they would throw mud on top. Look, here's a hole where you already know people come, they detect or they search to see what was left, because there's actually a lot of treasures, guys, a lot of treasures from back then still hidden, just waiting to be found. What do I mean by old treasures? Gold coins, centenarios, silver coins, all of that, guys. Back in those days, a lot of the times you find coins right here, on top. Let's put our finger in there, see if a centipede don't bite us. Or small holes like this. Look, guys, I'm just right here sitting down watching the boys detect. Oscar went a little bit further up here, but I've seen that David got a tone right there. Right there he found a colonial nail. Over here he got another tone. He found bottle cap. Right there, they got another tone. They're still looking for it. But yeah, I'm over here thinking that I'm definitely gonna give me a metal detector. Looks fun. Also, Aruba, he gave me this right here. It was for the horses back then. That it's made out of copper, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it was like, I can't remember if the name was a bit. Yeah, I think so. Because I had a horse back when I lived in Texas. And I used to buy sometimes equipment for it, but I can't really remember the name for it. But I think it was the bit. Look. Appreciate it, Ruba, for the little piece of history. Okay, so they found a bullet shell, or a shell of a bullet. Look, David just got another tone. Let's see what he finds. Look, guys, I stopped recording because they've been pulling nothing but a bullet shell, a nail, bottle caps, and all that. And I'm not trying to make the video too long, but look,
porfiriana.
they found the
centavo porfiriano que diga de 1888 y deja de lo que trae aparte.
¿Cómo que lo que trae aparte?
El resello del H.
¿Qué es eso?
El resello, antes las monedas cuando de a tiro las querían mucho o eran de algún hacendado, aparte de lo que era la moneda, la sellaban. Y tiene un valor mucho más que ser una moneda regular.
¿Cómo crees?
En verdad, sube el aumento del valor.
¿Se rayó ahora sí el compa David?
No, pues ya cuajé. ¿Vale caro?
Si valía un ejemplo,
Look,
80
guys.
pesos la pura monedita esa,
That's the coin.
ahorita te estoy diciendo que cerca de los, a lo mejor...
Ruba was just telling us that coin, it's a coin from an hacienda. So what I really don't know much about it, because even though I love history, I study history over there in the US. But an hacienda, I see it kind of like a small village, you know, that they had their own money. You know, they would make their own coins, and you could only buy stuff inside that hacienda with that money, with those coins, you know. And different haciendas had their different coins. So that's amazing, guys. Honestly, I didn't think they were gonna find any coins or anything like that, but look, you never know when it'll be your lucky day, guys. So yeah, you guys, imagine how rich this area is in old coins, like the little piece that Ruba gave me. It's just amazing, guys. Oscar, he got up a little bit ahead. He was going to the next hacienda to detect over there. Let's go see if he's had any luck, and if he did, let's go see what he found. And look, guys, here's more ruins of this hacienda. Look, wow, it looks nice, but it just looks old. But I love stuff like this. Look, that looks really, really amazing, guys. The way they used to build stuff, amazing. Yeah, look, guys, I'm barely gonna get on top of this, but I imagine this was like a small house. And you know, y'all know how I told y'all that I think I am gonna get a detector. Well, Ruba and Wedo were telling us that every time they come detect out here, that everybody goes home with at least 1 or 2 coins minimum. Now if you get lucky, you can take up to 4, 5, 6 coins. That is amazing. We have another fence up here, so I guess, look, that's what I was talking about and referring to earlier, about each hacienda having their own coins. This fence right here, and y'all know how the fence up there goes, it separates each hacienda from the other hacienda. So on this side we have another hacienda, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Güero and Ruba said that the hacienda that's over here behind these trees, that's where they got, well, something scared them a few times. They would hear noises and all of that. Ruba was actually telling me that he actually likes detecting so much that he gets off of work and he calls Güero and he tells him, hey, let's go detect. And that they come all over these places and they detect, and always, at least like I told y'all, find one coin. So that's truly amazing, guys. And that they usually stay out here as well till like pretty late, 8, 9, and then they go home. But the times they stay that late, that's when they hear noises. Ruba actually said he felt somebody run towards him. When he turned around, there was nobody, and he just kept going. So yeah, imagine the stories, the tales that are out here, guys. And like I've told y'all before in some of the older videos, I believe in entities or in souls out there, you know. Let's keep going. When we get to the second hacienda, I'll show y'all. We're in the second hacienda, guys. I can already see the ruins that are left. If you notice, there's the fencing that I was telling you that separates it from the other hacienda. And yes, this is the hacienda where Ruba says they scared him. In a minute, he's gonna tell me how and what it happened. I'll tell y'all. Alright, so basically what Ruba was saying, that from that rock y'all see right there, Ruba was actually right there by the door, and that Güero was actually inside. He was detecting, and Ruba seen something come out of that rock and just head towards him. So he ran into the little room, and whatever it was, it just passed right through there, but it got to the fence. So they were like, they didn't hear nobody jump over, they didn't hear the rocks fall. So yeah, I can see how scary that can be. Let's go check out this hacienda. So yeah, look, guys, all made out of adobe. These clay bricks, and then look, the foundation of the house was all made out of rocks. But now, well, the people that own these lands that allowed us to come here and record, well, they have animals now, so they actually put a use to them. And look, there's a door right here, but it's locked. But Ruba was telling me that they use it to store the hay in there. Look at this, guys. This rock looks like it's been worked on. Huh. Who knows? Maybe it has. And yeah, an hacienda. Oscar's right there trying to see if he could find anything. In a minute, I'll show y'all that little room, and I'll go back there and see that little room as well. Look at this. Look, guys, and it was pretty big because it goes all the way to back here. But as y'all can see, it's all in ruins little by little. Somebody dug a hole right there. I wonder what they found. Because look, the dirt's over there and right there. And look, guys, small detail that Ruba was telling me that back then, 500 years ago, y'all know how chicken coops these nowadays, they're made out of wood, wire, all that, right? But back then, 500 years ago, that this was like a little house that was like about a meter and a half, and they would make the entrance with a triangle, and they would have it for the chickens to go in there and lay eggs. Right there, I didn't know, where I was stepping at, that's the feeding area for the cows. I feel like when I'm telling y'all that, I feel like I'm back in the cowboy era. when everybody was on horse. Well, not everybody, right? But the ones that had enough, they were on horses. They use what do you call those, carriages, to transport things. And look guys, this was another little room. I don't know the purpose of it, but it's amazing, guys. And I'm sure this was a little window. All in ruins now. Me, I'm detecting, but I'm detecting with my eyes. Like I told you, usually in areas like this, back in those days, people would hide their coins in the walls. So with little time, well, as time goes by, the clay, the adobe starts to crumble down, you know, to deteriorate. And you might see a coin just sticking out, who knows? Might be my day of luck. Look guys, I'm back inside this little house and I'm noticing that all this little wall right here, there's a bunch of pottery, like the one we usually find in pre-Hispanic areas. Amazing the things they used to build their houses. Look guys, and this is the little kitchen that Ruba ran into. Well, it's all left in ruins as well, guys. I imagine right there maybe they had like a little chimney or something, because look, it's all burnt. Yeah, look at their rooftop, guys. They would put wood, more wood, and on top they would put a bunch of mud. Amazing. And it's still standing. That's the most amazing part about it. Sometimes houses nowadays, they start to fall apart after 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, depending. Look guys, and as we go, there's more little small squares. I imagine right there, it was the entrance, the door, and maybe they had cattle in here, or I don't know. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but that's what I personally think. And I'm also thinking in my head that this style, I believe they copy it from the pre-Hispanics. Why? Because remember, the pre-Hispanics used to use the rocks a lot to build their homes, to build things, you know. So I could just imagine. And there's the pond. Well, that's actually a water dam that goes all the way over there. Ruba and Güero, they were telling me all the way back here, and that part where you see black rocks, that the water goes all the way up there. But he said that this year they really didn't have rain out here. Over there in Guadalajara, where we're at, we had a gang of rain. Look guys, Ruba, what he found on the way there, he said he had not seen this, but I can see it. I hope y'all can see it from the camera. Yeah, you can, but here's a cross, and then there's another little cross right there, and he said that's called the Cruz de Cuernavaca. That back in those days they used it as protection for the kids, against witchcraft, against a few things, you know how back then, and still to this day, there's all kinds of beliefs. So wow. Amazing. Right now we're just following this line that's leading us to the next hacienda. Look guys, the compadre was telling us that they already came up here and that they seen these little holes right here, and that they were like, what is this? Because it's actually work. Somebody did the holes on purpose. So they read books, they study, and they put it together that this was saying to go straight. And he said they did, but they didn't find these two little points, because he said they symbolize spots. So they jumped the other side of the fence, and that these are two rocks that are on the other side. He said the rocks are actually like just like that. There's a rock here, then you keep walking and there's another big rock like right there, and those rocks have more signals. Let's go see what it is. But supposedly they're telling them that it might be a small little map to a treasure. Y'all know how back then that's how they would do it. Make maps, make drawings on rocks. There's another spot. I didn't hear exactly what they're saying, but let me pay attention. And look, guys, he said that somebody actually came and tampered with it, but this was a little map to keep going straight. And I didn't see the part where he was talking about, but it would tell him to go 7 meters up ahead. So that rock is the first rock that was on the map, and over here is the second one. And Ruba said that they tried to cover that rock, but they already know the distance, so they hit the rock here. Let's see. Yes. Ruba was saying that it took them about 6 months to figure this out, but look, up here there's a triangle, right? And at the same time right here it makes a cross, so it could be like a triangle or a tree. And then right here is a half a moon. But he's saying that if you measure this, that it's 7 meters, 7 varas. So that they measure and they walk, and they found another rock with more instructions. That this has taken them about 6 months. They still have not found the treasure, guys. They don't know if it's gonna be for them or if somebody else is gonna find it first. Look, guys, and Ruba was telling us that they've moved all these rocks. Some rocks they cover them up because they don't want them to find it. They've been doing this research for about 6-7 months. But he was telling me that this rock goes about half a meter deeper, and that there was another cross, and that there was like some little small fishes and everything. And that cross, they measure it, they kept walking, and they found this triangle shaped rock that has a cross at the top of it. This is another hacienda, and they were telling me that right there is called a trejo. That's where they used to store all their grains, everything they used to work with to grow the cornfields, all of that, right? And he said that the story was like this, that a couple came and they were getting wood for the, you know how back then, or still nowadays, people that live here in the ranches or out in the country out here, they use fogones. Fogones is like a stove built out of rocks, and that they came out here, they were picking wood up, and that they sat down near a little ledge in there. And the lady, with a little small stick, she started moving the dirt around and moving it, and she noticed that the dirt was really loose, and then all of a sudden it started falling in, and that all of a sudden revealed the top of a big pot. Now the husband told the husband, "Hey, look, come look at it." That the husband said, "No, that doesn't belong to us, that's not for us," and that they left it there. So when this couple went back into town, and well, they spread the word, a lot of people came up here to see what it was. And I'm assuming the first one that got here, who knows if there was or not, because the story that the old folks in this area say is that they don't know if they did find coins or something. Why? Because they just found these pots on surface and all empty. And another story that Ruba was telling us, that I guess there's a little kitchen area somewhere in here, and in the corner of the kitchen they found a little chess piece. On that one, they didn't tell us exactly how they found it, but they found a little chest with a bunch of coins. And yeah, look, that's what I'm telling you. He says that after all those stories, guys, that people started finding out, and they were like, we want to find something too, that they started coming and searching all these areas. Look at the size of this hole. I mean, to dig a hole this deep for nothing, Nah, I don't see that being true. I don't see no sense in that. So obviously, if you're digging somewhere, you know what you're going for. You know what you're going after. And right here in Mexico, a lot of old folks will tell you that they come out in these areas, and if they see something shining, they're like, that's where the treasure is. But look, guys, this is part of the last hacienda that's out here. Ruba was telling us that the people that owned this hacienda back in those days, that they were the richest hacienda in the nearby areas. Now this one, look, it still has the layer that covers the clay bricks. But I'm right here just trying to imagine how it looked back then, guys. Obviously back then that hole wasn't there. But all these holes, guys, believe it or not, are done because of curious people trying to find something. I'm gonna be a curious George. I like this rock. Let's see if I can get it. If not, oh dang, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. Looks like a lovely rock. In a minute I'll try. Yeah, guys, imagine that, just being out here and wondering. Oh, and I just remember another story that Ruba was telling us, and he said that this one happened, what, a good 20-30 years ago. He was saying that this guy came up here and he was just wandering, exploring, and he actually found a small pot with a bunch of centenarios, gold coins. And he didn't tell nobody. He didn't even say that he found anything. They were telling us that the guy, he lived in a garage. Well, that's what they called it because that's what it is now. It's the garage. But he said that it was just a little room with a door, and that's where he lived. And after he came out here and he explored these areas, he said that all of a sudden he built a humongous house. He bought cars, and out of nowhere, he didn't tell nobody how he did it, and still to this day nobody knows if he did find something or not. What they do know is that he did find a little pot, because when people ask him, that's what he says. No, I just found a little pot, but he never tells anybody what was inside the pot. So I imagine there's still a bunch of treasures that are hidden out here, guys. You just got to be lucky enough to come across one. I guess this is where the hacienda ended, but if you notice, this was huge. I heard David earlier on that side. Let's walk through the back part, see how far it is. And me, guys, yeah, I would love to find a treasure, but only if it's meant to be, right? If it's not meant to be, if it's not meant for me, well, no. Or if by me finding a treasure is having to do something that is against my beliefs, I don't think I would do it either, guys. Another hole from wandering people. This is where the hacienda would end, and this is where their fence would continue. Let's jump to this other side and see what else we're able to see in here. Really old. Amazing, guys. This hacienda was really huge. I didn't think it was that big. Another hole. So yeah, guys, you can only imagine. Only if these walls can talk, imagine the stories they would tell us. Obviously, like I told y'all, this hole wasn't here. Wow. I'm not too sure what room it was that they found all these pots, but Ruba and Weddle were saying that right now, well, this was a long time ago, right? But right now, if we dig up in the area, in that room, he said that we will still be able to find big pieces of pottery from those pots. I'm really relaxed, guys. The vibe out here, I thought it was gonna feel a little bit weird, just for the matter of fact what Ruba told us, that they would scare him, but it actually feels pretty relaxed, guys. I've never been to an hacienda. This is my first hacienda video, so if I do stay quiet in a few areas, guys, because I really don't know much about the story, I wait and I hear what Ruba tells us, and then I translate to y'all. Yeah, this hacienda was truly amazing and big. Look, guys, Oscar and Ruba are telling me that this is a colorín. Never heard it until now, but he said that back when they were kids, that you would rub this on a rock and it would heat up and it would burn. Let's try it. ¿Con eso?
Sí.
That's enough. Let's see.
Oh, you took forever, ya se enfrió.
Okay, yeah.
¿Verdad que sí?
Sí.
Se enfrió, ¿verdad?
Let's do it, guys. Let's see. Scraping it on a rock. A little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, it gets warm.
Yeah. Y mientras más le haces, güey, it gets hotter and hotter.
The more you do it?
Yeah. Yo lo conozco como frijoles quemadores.
Let's see. Yeah, guys. I didn't do it that much and it didn't burn me like that, but it does get hot. So imagine just doing a lot of friction on it. Funny. Look, guys, right here, that there was a palm tree, and that before there was a big hole, and that little small briefcase or chest looking thing they found, that's where they pulled that out from.
¿Y los cantaritos dónde estaban? Me dejaron,
Look, guys, so earlier Oscar, he wasn't with us for like about 30-40 minutes. He was out there searching, and look, let's see, Oscar. Look what he found. That belonged to a little chain, guys. Badass, Oscar.
¿Chida?
Yeah. So like I told y'all earlier in the video, guys, there's a lot of stuff to be found still out here. Coins, little metal pieces. Alright, guys, well, we're about to get out of here. This was amazing. These haciendas, the stories behind them. This is my first hacienda video. We've been planning to do a few of them, but it's amazing the stories that Ruba and Weddle tells us. Alright, guys, so we're gonna say bye to this video with this amazing view. Look how beautiful the water looks. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, guys. First hacienda video. Thanks to los compadres, Ruba and Weddle. And there's David. Oscar. Alright, guys, that's it for this one. Till next time. Peace.